Hi everyone, welcome back to C programming tutorial series. From past few videos I have been working on a very important concept of C programming, which is decision making with if statement. In my last video I completed the discussion on a nested if else statement, and if you guys have not seen that video, then I just recommend you guys to watch that video so that you will get better understanding on a nested if else statement. And in today's video I am going to discuss else if ladder. So before coming to today's topic, I just want to tell you guys that if you guys like this video, click on like button, share it with your friends, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and if you guys have any questions, then let me know in the comment section. Now let us start our discussion on today's topic of else if ladder. There is another way of putting ifs together when multipath decisions are invoked. Okay? Whenever you will be writing down the program, so you may have a requirement of writing down different conditions, okay, and whichever condition gets satisfied, the statement present under that condition will get executed. Okay. Like this, you might had written multiple conditions, which means you have multiple paths in your program, and with that you are making multiple decisions. So whichever condition gets satisfied, the statement present under that condition only gets executed, and rest of the other conditions gets skipped. Okay, so this is what the concept of else if ladder, where various if gets chained together. Okay, so this concept is called as else if ladder. So here I have written down the general form of else if ladder. So else if ladder starts with the if keyword followed by the condition. So if this first condition gets satisfied, then the statement present under this first if gets executed, and immediately after that the control comes to statement X. Suppose if this first condition didn't get satisfied, then control will come to else if condition, which is the second condition. So if this second condition gets satisfied successfully, then the statement 2 gets executed, and immediately after that the control again comes to statement X. And suppose if condition 1 and condition 2, both of these conditions didn't get satisfied, then the control will come to check for this condition 3. Okay, so if this condition 3 gets satisfied, then the statement 3 gets executed followed by statement X. Okay. Suppose if the condition 3 also didn't get satisfied, then like this it will be keep on checking for each and every condition. If none of these conditions get satisfied, then the control will come to else part, where there will be a default statements present, then those default statements gets executed followed by this statement X. Okay, so like this, in this else if ladder, different if statements are chained together. Since it looks like a ladder, that's why it is called as else if ladder. Okay. Now let's move on to next slide to see the flow diagram of else if ladder. Okay, so this construct is known as the else if ladder. The conditions are evaluated from the top to down, as we have seen in the last slide. The conditions start getting evaluated always from the top, and it comes towards the down. As soon as the true condition is found, the statement associated with it gets executed, and the control is transferred to the statement X. Okay, so whatever explanation I just told you, the same explanation is written down here. Okay, so now let us see this flow diagram. This is the first condition. Okay. So if this first condition gets satisfied or true, then the control will come to the true side or on the left side to execute the statement 1 followed by the statement X, and then next statement gets executed. If this condition 1 didn't get satisfied, then the control will come to the right side, where there will be one more condition. Okay, here condition 2 gets evaluated. If this condition 2 gets satisfied successfully, then the statement 2 gets executed, then control comes back to statement X, then next statement gets executed. If this condition 2 also becomes false or didn't get satisfied, then the control will come to the next condition. which is condition 3. If this condition 3 gets satisfied, then control comes to statement 3, then statement 3 gets executed, next statement X gets executed. Okay, so if this condition 3 also didn't get satisfied, then control moves to next condition. Like this, how much ever conditions will be there in that ladder, each and every condition gets checked, and whichever condition gets satisfied, then the statement present under that condition gets executed. If none of these conditions gets satisfied, then the default statement gets executed, and from there the control comes to statement X and the next statement. Okay, so this is how else if ladder works. Okay, so now let's move to the next slide, where we will see a simple example, a C program to check whether a student has scored distinction or first class or second class or pass class or fail. Okay, so this type of problem requires the help of else if ladder concept. Okay, so here, because you can see there are different possible output. Okay, at any given point of time, I may get distinction as an output, or I may get first class as an output, I may get second class as an output, or pass class or fail based on the percentage or a condition. The best if statement to write the C program for this kind of problem is else if ladder. Now here I have written down that C program which will make the total, find the percentage, and decide whether the person has got the distinction, first class, second class, pass class or fail. Okay, so as always I have started the program with the header files stdio.h and ponyo.h. Compiler will first see these two header files and expand the code of these two header files and include that code in this program. Then I have started a void main function, and then I have declared m1, m2 and m3 three float variables, and I also declared percentage and total variables also of type float. Okay, then I have written a message, enter the marks of subject 1. The moment when this program gets executed, the user will see this message, enter the marks of first subject. Okay, and then just by seeing that message, the user will enter the marks, and then that marks needs to scanned. For scanning or receiving that marks, I have used the scanf function. Okay, and I'm using %f format specifier because m1, m2, m3 are of type float. That's why I need to use %f as a format specifier, and then ampersand m1. So whatever marks user will going to enter, that marks gets stored inside this m1 variable. Then once I press enter, then enter the marks of subject 2 message gets displayed. Then user will enter the marks of second subject, then that marks will get stored inside this m2 variable. Like this, I am accepting marks of 3 subjects. Okay, marks of first subject get stored inside m1, marks of second subject get stored inside m2, and marks of third subject get stored inside m3. Now I have marks of 3 subjects stored inside m1, m2 and m3. Now I just need to find the total of those 3 marks. Okay, so just to get the total, I have just added m1 plus m2 m plus m3, which will make the total of those 3 marks and stored inside the variable total. Now inside the total variable, I have the total of 3 subject. Now next I need to find the percentage. So to calculate the percentage, I have written the formula here, total by 300 into 100, which will calculate the percentage and store that percentage inside this per variable. Now I am printing the total and also percentage, okay, with these two statements. Now I have total as well as percentage in my hand. Now I just need to decide whether the student has made the distinction, first class, second class, pass class or fail. Okay, that I will do with the help of else if ladder. Okay, so if first I will start the if condition to check whether the percentage which user or the student has made is greater than or equal to 80. If the user has made greater than or equals to 80, then I will display distinction. Okay, if the student has not made 80 or more than 80, then it must be less than 80. So I need to check for that condition in the else if part. Okay, so in the else if section I am again checking for the condition. Here I am just changing the condition. I am using 60 if percentage is greater than or equals to 60. Okay, so if the user has made 60, then first class. Like this I am checking for 50 and 35. Okay, so if the user has made 50, then I will display second class, and if the user has if the student has made 35, then first class. If none of these conditions get satisfied, then control will come to else, where I am displaying the student is fail. Whenever you have the situation to write these kind of programs, you can make the use of else if ladder. So this is everything about the concept of else if ladder. I hope you guys have understood, and I hope you guys have got the idea when you should use the else if ladder concept. Okay, so that's all for this video, guys. If you guys like this video, click on like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and if you guys have any questions, then let me know in the comment section. And thanks for watching.